While I wish every member of my family could have a password as strong as Arnold Schwarzenegger, one of my family members in particular, who knows exactly who they are, discovered a couple weeks ago that their passwords were about as strong as Arnold from the Magic School Bus. It was only thanks to two-factor authentication on their phone that they were getting text messages every 15 minutes letting them know that their Twitch login was being logged into from a different country every 15 minutes. And with this going on in my extended family, it got me thinking long and hard about my own password security, which may not seem like an exciting topic, but the only thing keeping this YouTube thing earning me money is how strong my password is. It really comes down to that. So you can never really be too careful if you want this sort of thing to really sustain you. So what I've ended up using is a Trezor hardware wallet. What's different about this compared to other password managers is that this device has to be physically present, plugged into the computer, and it has its own password. So you've got something up here and something in your pocket that both have to be present for your websites to be logged into. And the thing that surprised me the most is I already had one of these to hold on to my Bitcoin, and now it can hold on to my passwords? Maybe the next update will let it hold on to some of those emotions I've been bottling up for too long. As with any password manager, the master password is what determines how well guarded the rest of your passwords are. Here are some demo passwords I came up with just on my own using howsecureismypassword.net, and you will notice that 3DPC is number 1 also has the bonus of being a true statement, even if it's not the most secure password in the world. A 16-digit password is pretty good, 1,000 years to guess it if you're a computer, but there are other options by adding symbols, numbers, capitals, punctuation that will make that password billions of times harder to guess. I tried coming up with a 16-digit, pretty random password that I might maybe have a chance of remembering, but then I had the Trezor generate its own 16-digit password, and my 1 trillion year password was beaten by the 41 trillion year password that the Trezor came up with. And don't take those numbers like trillions of years too literally, because computers are getting faster and faster, and it would be nice to have a password that is 41 times harder to guess. But in general, if you're looking for a password you can remember, take something like a sentence, such as bro, do you even lift? Besides being a meme, it's also a strong password. Unlike cool story bro, which is not a funny meme, nor is it a good password. You're not trying to keep people from guessing your passwords today, it's computers you're trying to keep from guessing your passwords. If you think your passwords are secure because you haven't been hacked yet, go ahead and go to haveibeenpwned.com and type in your email addresses that you've used for various accounts and see if anything's been hacked. Now, not everything shows up that's been hacked. These are just the ones that web service knows about. There are some people, like my dear wife, whom I love very much, who still insist on using a Yahoo account, even though they've basically all been hacked at this point, multiple times. So besides storing my passwords exclusively with Trezor Password Manager, I also have a copy of all my passwords that are auto-generated with this, because I don't even remember my own birthday half the time anymore, let alone hundreds of passwords that are completely randomized symbols. So I have them all written on a piece of paper that I keep in a safe place. It's in a safe, stored off-site. Of course, having a good password is completely pointless if the people you have an account with store all of the login data in a plain text document on the desktop and call it OMG, don't hack these passwords.txt and save it on the desktop. And if you have a Facebook, the Zuckerbot is still going to sell your data no matter how strong your password is. So why am I doing a video about the Trezor then? I've had one of these for a year and a half to store my cryptocurrency, and I've been pretty satisfied. They're $40 right now, which is about what a 1-year subscription to a password manager would cost anyway, except you own the device and it's a one-time fee. If you do buy from Amazon, make sure to buy from an authorized reseller so there's no hardware tampering, because that would be bad. Very bad. Basically, I'm a big fan of hardware encryption over software encryption any day, because you can just unplug it and then no one can guess it from the internet anymore. But because the Trezor password manager is in public beta, it is not a finished product, that means there are still some things that have to be worked out. For instance, the plugin for a web browser only works in Google Chrome. There is no Firefox plugin yet, which is not great. If that does change though, I will post an update video in the top right corner. It'll be a pinned comment, it'll be in the description. You'll know about it if you're watching this video and that has happened. But if you do all your browsing in Firefox, you can install Chrome just for the plugin and then just decrypt your passwords in the password manager and copy paste them over into Firefox. Now you may be thinking, copy paste my passwords, why not just store them in a plain text document? The Trezor password manager will copy your passwords once you physically hit the yes, I approve button on here, and then it will only exist on your clipboard for about 5 to 10 seconds, at which point the password manager wipes it out of the clipboard. So that is a nice feature, even though it would be nice if it just auto-logged into every website. But even that doesn't work perfectly smooth yet, especially if your website logins are 2 screens. If you're logging into PayPal, where everything's on one page, perfectly smooth. Username and password entered as soon as you get there. But with email, where it has your login username and then the password, it'll do the first one, but not the second. The other thing that makes logging into websites a bit of a pain is that you have to copy the link to the actual login page into the Trezor password manager, and if it's website.com/login, easy enough. That's going to be the login page pretty consistently, so it'll work. But if it's something like Outlook.com, where who knows what all is in that website address, and it's probably not going to be the same every time, that's not going to work. With Google Chrome, it just has login.live.com, and then all other websites under that top-level domain get auto-logged into. But that's the Google Chrome password manager, not hardware encryption or anything like that. So I guess that's one thing that Google can do that this public beta can't yet. Hopefully. One other thing I'm not super thrilled about is that all your encrypted data, even though it's behind a 41 trillion year password, it has to be stored on either Dropbox or Google Drive for the moment. Supposedly, because you can look at the source code for this, someone has gotten an offline copy to work, but I haven't been able to find that code that he's compiled or put out there for anyone else to use. Hopefully the public beta will get to that at some point to where you can just store a local copy, like on a hardware encrypted flash drive. So you have 2 physically encrypted devices, which would be awesome from a security standpoint. But it's not there yet. Until then, you do have to store your encrypted data on one of those 2 services. Again, 41 trillion year password guarding it, but it's still out there. But on the other hand, it's nice to know that those 2 pretty big companies are guarding it, and it's not a small company like Trezor that might not have the resources to dedicate to such intense security. And then the last thing that bugs me just a little bit is because this is designed to have a pretty secure connection to the computer, you can't run it through a USB hub. It will not work. So this keyboard with a USB port on the side, which is in the perfect position for a 3-inch USB cable to this, I can't use it. Instead, I have to run a 2-foot cable from the back of my computer to this, which is just a bit more of a pain because I have to lean forward to press a button. Wow, I sound so lazy American when I say it like that. But overall though, I am pretty happy with where the public beta for this has come. I remember a few months ago, you weren't even able to import all your passwords in bulk, but now you can. I imported a sample CSV from Google Chrome. It went straight in, encrypted perfectly fine, all those passwords transferred over. 9 out of 10, would encrypt my passwords again. If you're looking for more videos about hardware encryption, check out this video here. If you're into 3D printing computer cases, which is my main thing right now, check out this video over here. With a bunch of my 3D printed stuff, I like to leave all my source files that you can now print at home on my website, which is 3dpc.xyz.